afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this dreary Thursday.
It is kind of dreary outside.
So dark all day long.
Yep.
But Zorba Pastor will lighten things up for us.
That's right. Later this hour, we'll be taking your calls and questions. Mark and I will let you know when it's time to call in.
But first, topping the news today, a rules committee voted along party lines today, attempting to undo Wisconsin's conversion therapy ban. Political reporter Will Keneally is standing by to tell us what's next.
The Justice Department is appointing a special counsel to oversee the probe into classified documents tied to President Biden. I'm Skyler Henry on Capitol Hill with a timeline of the discovery and how lawmakers are reacting.
The westbound Beltline came to a standstill this afternoon. We'll show you what happened.
But first, let's take a look outside. Oh, look, the turkeys are back. You know, they don't walk around in the snow. I've noticed.
Oh, so they are smart.
You only see them when there's no snow on the ground.
Interesting.
Boy, Tom's got his showing off there to the ladies.
Well, they're not going to be walking because
a little snow
overnight.
Yes, Greg's in the backyard to tell us how much.
Yeah, we got a little snow tonight, but not too much. Like I said, clouds are starting to push from north to south. That's because the winds are coming out of that north right now. So that's what we're getting, a little bit of cold air along with a little bit of snow. Big picture-wise, you can see that system to the south that's kind of kept going to our south. But we do have a little bit of a weak system up to the north that's providing a little bit of cold air and some showers you can see kind of on radar to the north. And that's what we're going to be expecting to see for this evening. Radar look like right now as we zoom in, just starting to get into the area. There's a few flakes here and there, but I think it'll pick up this evening through maybe about midnight. Temperatures right now, 35, 36 degrees, colder than yesterday, but still above what we should be. Temperatures, if we zoom in, overall, everyone's kind of in the mid-30s, and then as we zoom back out, upper 30s south, upper 20s to the north. So we are colder, but pretty close. And there's your north winds. That will increase overnight. That will be it. Now, for the very important lottery forecast going tomorrow, for all those people that want to win tomorrow, we're looking at actually skies beginning to clear out as we get to Friday, and I'll break down how warm we'll get to this weekend as well as how active the pattern looks like for next week a bit later in the broadcast.
All right,
we'll scratch forecast.
I know, yes, exactly. We're a big winner there. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Conversion therapy is defined as any attempt to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity.
A ban on conversion therapy was passed in 2020 by a state board within Governor Evers' administration, overseeing licensing for mental health professionals.
Today, a committee voted along party lines to suspend the rule for the time being.
This is just plain unprofessional. It's dangerous, harmful conduct. And you could look at other professions. It's not a policy. It's unprofessional. It's unethical. It's harmful. This is extreme harm. It's unprofessional for any social worker, marriage and family therapist, special counselor to engage in this with anybody.
At least 13 municipalities in Wisconsin already ban conversion therapy, cities like Madison, Milwaukee, Appleton, and Sun Prairie. So where does today's committee's vote lead us?
Political reporter Will Keneally joins us live from the Capitol with the latest. Will?
So this harkens back to a 2020 rule promulgated by the state licensing board for therapists and social workers. Essentially what it does is it takes the ethical guidelines already in place nationally for those professions and it enshrines it into state administrative code here. So it defines conversion therapy as unprofessional conduct for those professions, essentially making it akin to something like fraud while practicing. And so the vote today was to get rid of that rule that would ban that conversion therapy. So Republicans on the committee today, they said that the debate was essentially not about conversion therapy itself, just about the power that licensing board has. Essentially, whether that board can specifically determine how individual social workers and therapists conduct their practices. Democrats on the committee, though, said that not only is conversion therapy an imperative, but it also makes sense that this licensing board in Wisconsin can institute rules and make ethical determinations like this. So more on kind of where we go from here, where this conversion therapy ban goes from here, and more from both sides coming up tonight at 5 and 6. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. We'll see you at 5 and 6. Governor Tony Evers today signed an executive order banning TikTok on state-issued devices.
The order adds TikTok to a list of Chinese companies whose products or services are banned on state-issued devices and state networks, including cell phone manufacturers Huawei and ZTE. The executive order cites TikTok's purported ability to harvest large amounts of data from users and a 2017 Chinese law requiring businesses registered or operating in that country to share data with its government for intelligence purposes. President Biden's attorneys say they found more classified material at his Wilmington, Delaware home.
This comes as the Department of Justice announced today it is launching a special counsel investigation into the matter.
Skylar Henry's on Capitol Hill, where House Republicans are launching investigations of their own looking into the Department of Justice.
Attorney General Merrick Garland announced he's appointing former federal prosecutor Robert Hur as a special counsel to investigate how President Biden still had classified materials from his time as vice president.
The extraordinary circumstances here require the appointment of a special counsel for this matter. This appointment underscores for the public the department's commitment to both independence and accountability in particularly sensitive matters.
The first batch of classified documents were found at the former vice president's private office on November 2nd and turned over to the National Archives, who notified the DOJ 2 days later. More documents were found in the president's Wilmington, Delaware garage in December. And Biden's lawyers confirmed today that they found another document at his home.
I take classified documents and classified material seriously. I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review.
CBS News has learned some of the people who worked for Mr. Biden during his time as vice president have already been questioned by the DOJ. House Republicans say they want to know what kind of danger the documents pose to national security.
Clearly, he has mishandled these classified documents. There's issues of concerns of national security. I've requested a threat assessment from the Director of National Intelligence.
Other Republicans say the DOJ treated former President Trump much harsher, raiding his Mar-a-Lago home to find classified material that the National Archives repeatedly requested he return.
You watched them leak photos of sitting out files of President Trump. Where's the photos of President Biden's documents?
House Republicans have already launched an investigation looking into the Department of Justice and its handling of former President Trump's case. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And former President Trump called on the DOJ to stop its investigation into his handling of classified material.
He also announced the first rally of his 2024 presidential campaign will be held in South Carolina later this month.
The Greenbush neighborhood in Madison is on edge after two stranger sexual assaults minutes from each other on Tuesday night and a suspect still on the loose. Madison police say finding that suspect is a top priority right now. Police say both victims were approached from behind and were able to fight their attacker off. One of the victims ran to St. Mary's Hospital nearby for help.
They kept themselves safe. They yelled, they pushed back, and then they went to a safe location. And
police say the suspect is a Hispanic man in his early 20s who was wearing dark clothes. They're asking anyone with information to contact them. And tonight at 10, we'll hear more from Madison police on how to stay safe if you're in a similar situation.
Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett sent a message to our lead investigator, Naomi Coles, this afternoon. It was a tweet with an image of dirty water that said, "Dane County jail water, demand better, we can do better." As you can see, the water in the coffee pot is almost brown, almost an orange color. This comes as the sheriff is trying to get the new proposed Dane County jail up and running to improve the conditions for inmates.
All lanes of the westbound Beltline have reopened after a crash caused significant delays near Old Sauk Road. Officials with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation said the incident happened around noon north of Old Sauk Road and south of Greenway Boulevard. According to Dane County dispatchers, a car caught fire at the scene, but the exact cause was not immediately clear. An image submitted to News 3 Now showed a plume of smoke coming from one of the vehicles at the scene. All lanes of the westbound Beltline were closed for roughly half an hour as crews worked to clear the scene. All lanes have reopened. They reopened shortly after 1.
Madison police say they arrested a man on the city's west side this morning on possible child pornography charges as part of an ongoing investigation. Police say the 25-year-old was arrested on High Point Oaks Lane just off of South High Point Road at about 8 o'clock this morning. Members of the Madison Police Department's Special Victims Unit, Gang and Neighborhood Crime Abatement Team, and Special Weapons and Tactics Unit served a search warrant on the man's home before he was arrested. The man has been booked into the Dane County Jail and faces 2 counts of possession of child pornography, according to jail records.
Well, now to California, where thousands are under evacuation orders in Northern California following days of heavy rain and damaging winds. It's a race to clear the roads before the rains begin again. Rescue teams in Sonoma County found one woman dead in her submerged vehicle as floodwaters overwhelmed roads in wine country. She's one of at least 18 people killed by a series of severe storms.
You're not out of the woods yet. We had perhaps more air rescues than we've ever had on any other single day in the state's history.
So far, the storms dumped more than 2 feet of rain in some areas. The Pajaro River bordering Santa Cruz is already overflowing near San Luis Obispo. The heartbreaking search continues for 5-year-old Kyle Doan on what would have been his first day of kindergarten. He slipped from his mother's arms during a rescue attempt in a flood.
A new report shows that deaths from cancer have dropped dramatically in the last 3 decades, but cases of advanced stage prostate cancer and deaths are on the rise. Prostate cancer is highly curable if detected early, but a new report from the American Cancer Society shows since 2011, cases of advanced stage prostate cancer have increased up to 5% each year. More men are dying from the disease, even as cancer deaths overall dropped 33% over the last 3 decades.
I encourage individuals to have an informed decision with their physician about prostate cancer testing. But PSA is a blood test that can give an indication of whether someone may be developing or has developed prostate cancer alongside a physical exam. This itself has no inherent harm to the individual.
The American Cancer Society recommends men talk to their doctors about their risk and start testing at age 50. Black men have higher rates of prostate cancer and are more likely to die from the disease compared to white men.
Well, if you're driving in Columbia County, you may have seen some unfamiliar green lights on county vehicles. New legislation was passed in late 2022, approving the use of fluorescent green warning lights on municipal and county vehicles. These green warning lights are reserved only for municipal and county vehicles, not privately owned vehicles. The restricted use of these lights will help drivers to distinguish between highway maintenance workers clearing roadways and privately owned vehicles clearing parking lots and driveways.
The reason for it is we want the public to understand that there's somebody working in the travel lane that you're driving on. So when you see that green light, we're there, we're on the road, and we're doing work. Try to pay extra caution to that.
Columbia County went with green because it's more visible, especially at night or bad weather, as yellow lights fade out on county trunks. They'll gradually be transitioned to green lights. Interesting. Well, tomorrow's Mega Millions lottery jackpot has soared to over $1 billion.
We don't want to kill your dreams or anything, but what exactly are your odds of hitting the winning numbers? When we come back, we'll talk about that and if there's anything you can do to improve your odds when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles, and it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin. Ask about $100 off a complete pair, frame and lenses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
This is me, and this was my stubborn body fat. My name's Adrian, and Sonobello changed my life.
Sonobello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and they permanently removed my body fat in just 1 visit.
After having 2 kids, my body, it changed a lot. I tried everything to lose the fat, but nothing seemed to work.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, back, chin, and more.
I've seen such dramatic results. My tummy is gone, my double chin is gone, and my hourglass shape is back. This was the mommy makeover that I deserved.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-803-2714 or go to sonobello.com. New in 2023, iCare Medicare plan members receive an allowance of $150 total per month to spend on items like eligible healthy foods, OTC products, home supplies, wellness care, or living support such as rent, utilities, and internet. All unused monthly funds roll over until the end of the year. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, call us and a licensed sales agent will help find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide 3-course dinners starting at $30. Some restaurants will offer a lunch menu for $20. Featuring wine and more by E&J Gallo Winery. Check out our guide to Restaurant Week online to see which restaurants are offering takeout as well as dine-in. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week 2023. Brought to you by the presenting sponsor, Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, and supporting sponsor, Bergstrom Madison Chevrolet and Cadillac.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers. And while prices rise, ours are dropping. Get unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and save up to half on your wireless. Add extra lines anytime for just $15 each. Call or go online.
Welcome back. Russia's space agency says it will launch an urgent mission next month to replace a damaged Soyuz spacecraft docked at the International Space Station.
The 3 men who are on the crew noticed that it sprung a leak. Flight controllers in Russia and in Houston have been watching a stream of particles that are coming out of the Soyuz craft. Investigators believe a micrometeoroid, a tiny space rock just a millimeter across but flying 15,000 miles per hour, hit a coolant line that feeds the spacecraft's radiator. Russian space officials determined the damaged craft is unsafe to fly, essentially stranding its crew. To bring the crew home, Russia is fast-tracking a replacement ship that will launch in February.
This has certainly never happened before in the history of the space station. They don't have spare Soyuzes just sitting in a hangar ready to go on a moment's notice. So they're taking the one for the next crew. They're going to launch the new Soyuz with no one on board. And then the crew that's currently on board the station, they're now going to have to stay up as if they were another new crew staying up for 6 months, which is going to push their flight out to nearly a year or longer.
Boy, it's fascinating, isn't it? It's a reminder that in space, even the smallest of threats can have big implications. The 3 men were originally supposed to return home in March.
But they're fine. They're safe.
Yes, they're safe.
The Subway sandwich chain is exploring a possible sale. According to the Wall Street Journal, the privately held company has hired advisors to look into valuing Subway at more than $10 billion. A sale at that price would make it one of the biggest deals in the fast food industry since Dunkin' sold in 2020. Subway doesn't seem to be in a big hurry, though, to put up the for sale sign. It's in the midst of revamping its menu, the biggest in its nearly 60-year history, and the changes seem to be paying off. In October, Subway said it's having, quote, record-setting sales.
Well, here's some good news for your wallet. Falling gas prices are helping ease inflation. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says gas prices fell more than 9% in 1 month. However, prices at the grocery store remain high, up nearly 12% in the past year. And staples like eggs are skyrocketing. Their cost has risen almost 60%. The latest report is another sign the Federal Reserve's strategy of raising interest rates to cool inflation appears to be working, and the central bank plans to keep going.
And that means that all interest rates, whether you're going out and borrowing a loan for a mortgage or a car, or you're financing a credit card balance, those interest rates will remain high.
The Fed is expected to once again increase a benchmark interest rate during a meeting on February 1st. On an annual basis, inflation rose 6.5% in December, which is an improvement from this summer when inflation hit 9%.
And that inflation news sent stocks higher. The Dow Industrials gained 216 points, ending the day at 34,189. The NASDAQ tacked on 69. The S&P 500 added 13. Well, the latest Mega Millions jackpot has soared to over $1 billion.
The drawing tomorrow night is the 5th largest in history and follows a trend of bigger jackpots, as you probably have noticed in recent years.
Is it pure luck, or are there ways to increase your chances? Laura Albert is a professor at the UW School of Engineering and an expert at mathematical modeling and analytics. Welcome back, Laura.
She's our number crunching expert. Hello, Laura. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, too.
So what are the odds of winning the jackpot?
1 in 302 million.
1 in 302 million.
So put that in perspective for us.
Well, you're more likely to be struck by lightning, to be eaten by a shark, to be eaten by a bear, you name it.
You were telling us earlier that you actually know someone who was struck by lightning, but you've never known anyone who won the lottery.
That's right.
So that puts it in perspective.
So they changed the rules and they added more balls, and that's why these the winnings are so far apart, and the jackpot grows.
Mega Millions did it in 2017, and Powerball did it in 2015. So you may have noticed it used to be like 0 to 40. Now you have to pick numbers from 0 to 70, and that makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes, even if 1 billion people buy lottery tickets, there's only 302 million combinations, but if 1 billion people buy lottery tickets, because of the repeat numbers, there's still a chance that nobody would win, which is kind of mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling.
It is.
Is there any way to increase your odds?
Yes, that's the $1 million question.
The $1 billion question.
The $1 billion, yeah.
You can increase your payoff, but you can't increase your odds. They're always the same.
What if you buy more tickets? How many tickets would you have to buy to increase your odds?
Well, if you buy 2 tickets, it doubles your odds. So each one increases your odds by the same amount.
It's the same odds no matter how many tickets you have.
Yeah.
If you bought 312 million...
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. You have to buy a ridiculous...
You can't have any repeats.
You can't have any repeats.
That's a lot of time at the machine, filling out the numbers one by one.
Does that give you an advantage? If you pick your numbers, does it give you any advantage, or is it completely random?
It's supposed to be completely random, but in honesty, we don't know how they randomly generate the tickets that are randomly generated for you. It's possible that they could be negatively correlated or positively correlated with the winning numbers. So if you're a little wary, I'd say pick your own numbers.
Yeah, if you have conspiracy theories, you should pick your own numbers.
Yes, it shouldn't matter, but you never know.
And the drawing is on Friday the 13th, an unlucky day.
That's right.
So you're probably not going to win the lottery if you play.
All right, well then I won't bother.
Well, somebody's got to win, and you can't win if you don't have a ticket.
Absolutely.
So you must be fascinated by this with the mathematical modeling you do about how many drawings have we had now without a winner, which it just kind of boggles your mind when you think of the millions and millions of tickets that are sold.
That's true. Rare events are really interesting, of course, mathematically. That's why I like to study them. But every time the jackpot increases, more people buy tickets, which decreases the probability that it's going to roll over. So it has to keep rolling over multiple times. And we see that happens, quite frequently, which lets us know that our intuition on rare events can be a little off.
Yeah, I bought tickets, and you look at it, and you don't have a single number. Not one number matches. It's mind-boggling. All right.
Well, how long do you think this can continue? Do you think the odds of that, soon somebody will win?
I think somebody will probably win, but let's say 500 million people buy tickets, which might be reasonable. There's still a 20% chance it can roll over. And that would be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's fun to dream. That's for sure. Laura, thanks for being with us today.
Good to see you, Laura.
You buying a ticket?
I've never bought a ticket. I probably won't start.
You've never bought one?
I've never bought one.
Well, that explains...
There's some good advice right there.
Right, there you go.
Thanks again.
Good to see you, Laura.
Well, it's been said that it's a small world.
Especially for the women that we're going to meet in this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday. That's coming up after Greg's First Warn forecast.
I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from bothersome or painful spider veins or varicose veins, please join us for our upcoming seminar where you can learn what new procedures may be able to help you.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com, type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
If you suffer from bothersome spider veins or painful varicose veins, please contact us at Stoughton Health to learn about what new procedures may be able to help you. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Well, take a look at this. A video shows a man in Brazil closing up shop. He places a big, heavy lock bar under the door, and then he turns away. The lock bar falls without notice right on an older man's foot. Oh! Ow. Actually, he's the man's father-in-law. After checking to make sure his father-in-law is okay, the man tries again to put the lock bar back up and again walks away, only for the lock bar to fall. This time it hits the guy right across the head.
Oh! Oh, no.
He's okay. He's fine.
He will be getting divorced, but he is okay.
Is there something wrong with this?
It's like an old cartoon stuff right there.
It is.
All right, so odds are for some snow tonight.
Yeah, that's better than the Mega Millions. I think so. Yeah, we're going to get some snow tonight, but dry conditions through the weekend and mild, actually. So I'll break that all down and then the wet pattern that we should have next week.
You've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
This year, say yes.
I couldn't be more thrilled with my results. I'm over the moon happy. Look at that waist.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Call 1-800-993-0752 or go to sonobello.com.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, the mild conditions continue, but they've resulted in some severe weather down south. You've probably heard some news about the tornadoes going on in Alabama right now. That's because of the storm system that's pushed through with their severe weather. We've kind of seen it keep to the south, the low down there. We're watching the system kind of to the north that's kind of passing or digging through the area this evening and tonight. That's going to provide some showers. And as you see, the flow kind of turns more northerly, so we are going to cool down, but really towards where we should be in January. Meanwhile, to the west, you still got that major storm that's hitting. Really, you can see that long fetch moisture to the Southern California, now really pushing to Northern California, but you notice this ridge starting to build out to the west. That is eventually going to push our way, which means high pressure, drier conditions, mild conditions, at least temporary here through the weekend. We just got to get through this system to pass through tonight. A little cooler tomorrow, but dry conditions through the weekend. So that's kind of what we're looking at big picture wise. If we zoom in, we still got those snow showers tonight, mainly south and east of Madison. That's going to continue. We'll see that break up probably after midnight. So something to keep in mind of for the evening commute if you're going out about. No significant accumulation with that. The northerly winds will pick up tonight, so it will be quite breezy. You'll wake up tomorrow morning. You'll start seeing more of the sun tomorrow as things start to break up. Cooler conditions around where we should be, around 30, and then as you go through Saturday, you can start seeing a warm front kind of clip through. You see the wind start to turn subtly, which means an indication that we're going to start seeing some warmer temperatures come Saturday, and that'll extend until Sunday, along with dry conditions for most of the time Sunday. Overall, if you look at the temperatures tonight, once we clear the skies out a little bit towards morning, we'll still only drop into the mid-20s. There you can see by the time we get to after midnight, most of the showers or flurries that we have out there pretty much have done with, but we'll keep with the winds as we go through tomorrow morning. Once again, mid-20s for most of the area, low 20s, and then you start seeing the breakup of the clouds. So more sun tomorrow. Temperatures will not, like I said, warm up as much as today, but will be kind of where we should be, upper 20s, low 30s for most locations, lighter winds. Clear skies, which means clear skies for Saturday, Friday night into Sunday. So really, there's your high pressure that's going to shift over east. That'll be for us for Saturday into Sunday. And then we have one of these pieces of a system it's going to bring us our next chance of rain, and that'll be more towards Sunday night into Monday. It's going to lift to the north. We're going to have a second one. That's more for next week that's going to impact our weather. But for right now, this one's going to provide enough moisture and warm temperatures that it's all going to be rain, but it could be a wet period Sunday night through Monday, and that's what we're looking at right now. Rainfall totals, you can see as we go through chances, it really starts ramping up as we get towards Sunday night and especially Monday, where it's pretty much likely it's going to be raining. But the good news, like I said, it's going to be a rain event for us. We're going to stay on the warm side of the system, but that's something to keep in mind of as you go into next week. But in the meantime, the weekend actually looks fairly nice. Like I said, we're going to get up to the 40-degree mark. Fairly nice conditions Saturday. Sunday should be mostly dry. That rain won't come until late Sunday night. And then Monday looks wet. And then we look like we do a little bit of a cool down towards the middle of next week, towards the end, which I do think we'll get some snow, maybe accumulation come Thursday morning and more snow towards the end. But still, if you look at 3130 is about where we should be. So it's still not that cold, but I think we will see more snow.
Some people like that.
I would love to see the snow, in my opinion. But, well, you know, we still got February, March.
We got plenty of time.
Yeah, we do.
All right, Greg, thank you.
Thanks, Greg. Well, they say that good things come in small packages.
That couldn't be more true for a group of women we met on Madison's West Side. Here's this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday. They call themselves the Wednesday Ladies.
It's very sweet. It certainly is with a fall theme that you're looking for. That's great.
Every Wednesday, a group of ladies, including Lori Johnson, Linda Casper, Peg Eklund, and Charlotte Malizer, get together. This Wednesday, it's at Janice Weissman's house. But this is no coffee clutch. These ladies are talking miter saws and glues and lights and wiring.
I've got like 30-some of them, and I'm going to light them all.
These ladies are all members of the Madison area miniature enthusiasts who see the world in a different scale. They create furniture and forests. Linda's specialty is flowers. Each petal, each leaf pasted on one at a time.
Well, my grandson said to me, I can almost smell them, Grandma.
This is a low-tech, hands-on kind of thing. Just you and a glue gun.
We try and get it as real as we can. It's really a compliment when you see a photograph of something you've made and people think that it's a photograph of something in full size. That's like the ultimate success.
And this is Janice's ultimate success, her dream house, 1 inch to the foot. It took her 3 years, but the detail is staggering. From the Frank Lloyd Wright coasters he uses for windows to every little detail in every room. Even a bowl of cherries modeled after a bowl in her real living room. Some of the items she bought, but most she made, like the books. She took photographs of books from her library and shrunk them down to size. Hundreds of them.
When I started about 25 years ago, I thought because it's small, it's miniature, it wouldn't take up a lot of space. And I was wrong.
She isn't kidding. Downstairs in her workshop is room after room after room in miniature. A bookstore, a living room, a jewelry store. Just look at the detail. It's hard to imagine the work that has gone into this. But Janice's favorite room isn't even in her house. It's a scale model of her niece's nursery. Take a look. Which room is real and which is the model? Pictures, furniture, knickknacks on the shelf, all there in real life and in miniature. It's a sense of accomplishment and friendship.
Part of it's the friendship. Part of it's that we can make the house we always wanted to live in miniature scale and
move right in.
You might just have to watch your head a little. Traveling to Madison, I'm Mark Kane, WISC News 3. And Janice wrote me not so long ago she wanted a copy of that story. She's still at it.
Oh, we have to go back and see what she's created since you've been there.
It's mind-boggling.
You could spend all day looking at
just
that
like one room.
And it was just to enjoy. It wasn't for people to see.
No, they don't sell it, no.
Wow. It's amazing.
It really is. Thanks for sharing, ladies. Coming up next on Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us to talk about the American Cancer Society's news that cancer is declining in America.
And then coming up next hour at 5, we follow up on a story we've been tracking since August. A man accused of defrauding southern Wisconsin residents out of their money appeared in court today. Naomi Coles has that story at 5.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team exposed a contractor scam a few months ago. Now the accused is facing criminal charges and asking a judge for mercy. Naomi Coles has the newest developments.
Some snow showers and flurries are likely this evening, but the snow shouldn't amount to much. After a colder day tomorrow, we'll warm up this weekend with the next weather system bringing rain early next week. I'll let you know how much we'll warm up this weekend at 5.
And ahead at 6, Republicans want to reverse a ban on conversion therapy in the state. We'll have reactions from LGBTQ+ advocates tonight at 6.
Here's a live look at downtown Madison. Kind of hazy and foggy out there, 35 degrees in the capital city. Dr. Zorba Pastor is here for his weekly visit. We'll be taking your calls in the next segment.
But first, we want to talk more about that report on cancer statistics that was released today by the American Cancer Society.
It shows cancer deaths have dropped overall, but there's concern about prostate cancer. Dr. Zorba Pastor is here with more on that.
Hi, Zorba, good to see you.
So good to see you
So
guys.
good news and not so good news.
And let's look at the good news first of all. So the good news is lung cancer deaths are dropping. Why? Because we're not smoking as much. That's very important. Cervical cancer deaths have dropped by 65%. Wow. Huge number, and that's because of the HPV, the human papillomavirus vaccine, that is given to middle school children all the way up to the age of 26. And the girls who have now become young women, have gotten that vaccine, and that produces a tremendous drop in cervical cancer. And that's really the good news. And then, of course, colon cancer, because we're doing screening.
But prostate cancer.
Yeah, what is the issue with
the
prostate
big issue?
cancer?
You know, we don't have a good method of really discovering prostate cancer. The feds have recommended, of course, that we don't do as much screening because we do too much testing. And many of the guys who are positive for PSA don't actually develop and end up with prostate cancer. But the result is we still have not really made a dent on it. And it's gone up by 3%, so that's a significant increase. Especially prominent in black males. Black men are more likely to get prostate cancer by and large, and so it's very important for them to get tested and checked.
And suggested men start getting screening around the age of 50?
Around the age of 50. The question is, we pick up so much prostate cancer that actually doesn't actually cause death, and we don't have a good test yet. So the answer really is we need better technology to be able to determine which prostate cancer is likely to affect you and kill you, and which prostate cancer is just going to be indolent and just staying there.
But we don't know.
We don't know. Not at this point.
When you're told you have cancer, though, you want to get rid of it.
Of course.
Speaking personally.
Of course. The first thing you do if you have it is you want treatment to get rid of it, and that's really where it is. But that's why every man should have a discussion with his physician at that age and determine whether or not they want to get screened or not get screened, because there are advantages on being both sides of that argument.
It's a simple blood test, right?
Right. It's a simple blood test, but it's not a simple answer.
Right.
All
right. It's now time to pick up the phone and get your medical questions answered.
If you'd like to ask Dr. Pastor a question, call now. The number is 608-270-9933. We'll get to your calls right after this.
Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep on the most recommended mattress in America? Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Right now, Queen Tempur-Pedics start at just $40 per month when you use Steinhaffel's 72-month financing. It's time you got a great night's sleep. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
Tobacco can end lives long before it kills you. Quit today so you have a tomorrow.
Call the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This New Year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. So if under eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this New Year and see that younger looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Call right now if you have a question for Dr. Zorba Pastor.
We have 3 lines open at 608-270-9933.
You ready, Zorba? Yeah. All right, let's start with Ling in Fitchburg. Hi, what's your question? Ling, you there?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes, my question is CBD oil. Is it effective and safe to use for joint aches and pains and insomnia?
Well, certainly it's safe to use. Now, whether or not it actually does anything, that's the million-dollar question. There's no research that shows it actually does anything for joint aches, but a number of people say that it works. But what I recommend is over-the-counter Voltaren ointment. Now, that's an anti-inflammatory ointment. It used to be it used to be produced by a company, I think it was GSK. It used to cost $350 a tube, and now you can get it for $12 a tube. And that definitely works because it's an anti-inflammatory, goes right over the joint, and you don't have the side effects of an oral anti-inflammatory.
Voltaren.
Voltaren.
And you don't need
Voltaren generic ointment.
You don't need a prescription.
You do not need a prescription. It's been around in Canada, been around in Europe for years, and I would get rid of the CBD. I would use the Voltaren ointment.
She mentioned insomnia, though, too.
Insomnia. It may work. Some people find that CBD oil works for insomnia.
Okay.
All right.
Can't hurt, right?
Can't hurt.
All right, let's go to Blackie in Madison. Hi, what's your question? Are you there?
Are you looking for Rocky?
Oh, Rocky.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Rocky.
Yeah, I kind of take pride in the fact that I'm signed up to be an organ donor, but I've turned 75 now, so I guess my question is there anything they can use on a 75-year-old man?
The answer is...
well, you can have my knees.
That's right. The answer is keep that organ donation there because the answer is yes. There's some things that can be used. For instance, the cornea can be used. I don't know what the age limit is on that, but the answer is yes. Keep it on your license. It may be able to be used. Which organs can be used, I'm not exactly sure, but do not take it off.
That's a very good question, actually.
It is a good
question. Thank you for being a donor. That's
yes,
great.
that's right. Let's go to Dave in Boston. Hi, Dave. What's your question?
My question is, why are so many people getting prostate cancer?
We don't know the answer. That's a very good question. We don't know why guys get prostate cancer. On the other hand, we don't know why people get colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, lymphoma, leukemia. There are a whole bunch of things that we don't know about when it comes to cancer.
Well, Dr. Wiley died from the 1900s. Do you remember him with the Food and Drug Administration who found out all these preservatives we put in our food?
Yeah, I don't think it's due to preservatives, but I think the real answer is we don't understand cancer as well as we would hope to. We understand heart disease much better.
All right, let's go to Janet in Lone Rock. Hi, Janet. What's your question?
I was wondering what Dr. Zorba thinks about collagen for osteoarthritis.
Are you talking about injection, or are you talking about taking collagen orally?
Collagen for orally.
Orally. Maybe something, maybe of almost placebo effect. There's no evidence scientifically that it actually does anything for arthritis. And on the whole, if you eat meat and you eat anything around meat, you're often getting collagen from the meat that you're actually eating. So we actually consume a lot of collagen if we're eating beef and meat.
It seems to be the new trendy thing.
There's always something trendy. When it comes to arthritis, we don't have the answers, so there's always something hot.
Somebody can make money, it'll be hot.
Let's go to Barbara in Boston. Hi, Barbara. What's your question?
I want to know, my husband, he died 4 years ago from 5-stage cancer. He was smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey. He didn't want to listen. He's buried at Camp Douglas.
Well, so sorry for your loss. But it's a good example on how alcohol and tobacco are some of the toxins that actually produce cancer and early death. If you smoke cigarettes, pack a day, you're generally going to live 10 years less than somebody who does not smoke cigarettes. And of course, we know overdoing alcohol, more than 2 drinks a day, leads to liver cancer and other cancers too.
All right, we have time for one more call. Let's go to Helen in Elroy. Hi, Helen.
Hi.
Go ahead.
I would like to know what the doctor said the drug was, or whatever the rub was, to put on for arthritis.
The rub was Voltaren. That's the name brand. V as in Victor. Oltaren. And there's a generic of that too. All you have to do is talk to your pharmacist and say that. They'll let you know, even if you get close to the name, pharmacist.
Is it like in the aspirin section, or?
It's in the aspirin. Yeah, in the aspirin gum, right exactly where you would see other ointments. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We're out of time. Thank you all for calling. We'll do this again next week. Zorba.
Great to see you, Zorba.
Stay well. I have a final check of your forecast coming up.
$14 million sell-off is happening now. Millions of dollars worth of product arrived late to our warehouse and must be sold. This is your chance to save as much as 85% while it lasts. Save 55% instantly on this Ashley Sleep Hybrid mattress, now just $5.99. Only at Ashley. At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali, and long live life.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's $14 million sell-off is happening now. Millions of dollars worth of product arrived late and must be sold. Whirlpool microwaves now just $199. Amana washer and dryer pairs now just $9.99. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
New at 5, a local contractor exposed by our Call for Action team for scamming people out of thousands of dollars had to answer for his actions today in court. What he had to say, coming up in just a few moments.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind. Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
Yeah, for travel impacts tonight, we have that light snow that's going to be falling, a little brisk north wind. Shouldn't amount to much, but we'll see that off and on with cloud conditions this evening. So something to keep in mind as you go about. Like I said, right now temperatures in the mid-30s with some light snow. We see that continuing this evening with a few flurries here and there. Will not amount to much on roadways, but still something to keep in mind of. Probably after midnight, we'll start seeing that kind of go away. Clear skies tomorrow. It looks like beautiful conditions going through the weekend, and then we have our next chance of rain starting Sunday night into Monday.
All right, Greg, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, the News Hounds have the top animal stories of the week.
That's right. It's Friday, and we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the all-electric Audi e-tron S full-size SUV. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
In today's Final Touch, a pet pig becomes a viral party animal.
A Connecticut family have turned their popular pet pig into a pet party animal. It's a project that's netting big business. Gilbert the party pig has become a viral traveling treat for parties and events all over New England after his owner, Michelle Burns, says a couple of visits went viral. Now, Gilbert, along with little sassy sis Meadow, are being farmed out to headline events, hamming it up and hogging the spotlight, bringing smiles and even tears of joy to folks of all ages.
Gilbert, that's a great name for a pet pig.
It is. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.